Aloha. Welcome to Ghosts of Hawaii. Today I'm doing something that I've always wanted to do, and that is take a camcorder and go to one of Hawaii's most scariest places, bypassing the word haunted altogether. And this is one of those places that you are looking at right now. You're giving a glimpse of one of these places, probably the most notorious and most haunted place in all of Hawaii. This is Morgan's Corner. And how can you tell it is? By that hairpin notorious turn. A turn that leads up the road to a place of murder and battle, where vortexes and portals open up. Time bends. And if you walk into one of those doorways, you hope you can turn around and walk back out. I know, because I've walked into one of them. And luckily enough, I was able to get away. Now, upon this road, which is the Pali Drive, Old Pali Drive, there are many haunted places, but none seem to surpass two of them. You're looking at one of them right now. The other place is where a battle took place, and things are very different once the sun goes down, as they should be in places that are filled with spirits. Here, even the trees talk. As you can see in front of this camera, there are trees. They talk. Right now, there's not much wind, and they still talk at night. Right behind me, going down the road, one night I was here, and I was speaking to some friends on Facebook Live. And as I did, things started to manifest on the camera. Voices were heard. Things unexplainable occurred. And that was right at this wall over here. Right over there. And here comes a car. And what's interesting about cars is when you come up here at night, watch how quickly that car disappears. That's the only company you have. And if you're lucky, you'll have two like this one go by. You're lucky you have that. But I'm here in the daytime so you can take a good look and hear the story of these places, like Morgan's Corner. Right up the road, not far away, but I will not disclose its location, is where a horrible crime took place in the 1940s. Murder was committed here, and the energy from that murder still generates a haunting. In the 1940s, Therese Wilder was killed by two escaped inmates from Oahu prison. They worked their way up the Old Pali Road, which is a place they thought they could hide and escape. And they went up that road ahead that you're looking at right now. They broke into her house because they smelled food and they were hungry. They tied her up and they gagged her, but in the process of doing that, they broke her jaw and she suffocated and died. They were apprehended not too long after that. And when they were apprehended, they were sentenced to death. But because of the controversy behind the case and behind executions in Hawaii, that execution never came about. But years later, both of the people involved with the death of Therese Wilder vanished. One by death, leaving this world with the crime that he had committed. The other one completely vanishing because nobody knew what happened to them. And isn't that interesting about hauntings and ghosts? How we vanish from the face of the earth, our bodies left behind, and we go to some unknown place, or perhaps we stay at the place where the most horrible things we did occurred. And this is one of them. This is Morgan's Corner. Not long ago, I was right over here, and I was doing a YouTube video. And when I was doing my YouTube video, it was very terrifying for me. As I was doing my YouTube video, voices came from down the road, and they were very, very loud. See, spirits like to take ambient noise like what you hear nearby, which is a waterfall. They take that noise and they can talk with that noise. They can actually take that sound. This is how spirit boxes work. They take ambient sound and they use that to communicate. And they were wailing and moaning. Up here I've heard voices where I had to walk through them and pray that they do not touch me. or follow me. That's the kind of place this is. One night where you're looking at right now, along this wall that goes all the way back up to that hairpin turn, I was here with a friend of mine, and we were sitting down and we were talking about the death that took place. We were talking about it. And we were sitting right about here where I got the camera right now. And in my mind's eye, I will try to project onto this screen with my words what happened that night. We were sitting down and we were waiting to see what would happen here at Morgan's Corner. Because you see, at times, you either wait a long time or it's not even a matter of minutes and things start to happen. We were sitting here and we were waiting just for a little while. When all of a sudden, I looked up into the trees. Up and up and up and up into the trees I looked. And I saw twice a spirit, white and glowing, pale, restless, moving through the tree branches. I don't know what that was right now. I don't know if it's going to come out in the recording. I just saw something in front of my camera. But nonetheless, my friend who was sitting next to me at that one place I have this camera aimed at right now, all of a sudden he stood up very quickly and his eyes were big and bulging out of his head, as if his mind could not escape what he saw and it was trying to find a desperate way of expressing itself. And his eyes did just that, and he turned and he told me he saw a spirit come from over here, and that's why I'm glad I have this camera. From over there, it generated itself, it showed up, and it ran across the street towards my friend. Now after that, we did leave. We did. But think about what I just told you. Think about it carefully. 3 people involved with the murder of Therese Wilder. 1 the victim, and 2 of them the people who took her life. Gone. Taken away. Perhaps because of the horrible crime committed. Because it is said that to this day, they haunt this location. Now, I was here Halloween night this past year as I was a guest on a ghost tour. And we were driving past the murder site. And there was a woman dressed entirely in white, see-through, walking across the road from the place of that murder. So far, for myself, I've seen ghosts on Morgan's Corner at least 4 times. And I have been here too many times to count. I say everything very seriously because you see, here in Hawaii, again and again I say this, be careful of the stories you tell, because the spirits hear you and they seek you out if you lie. And honestly, you don't want to know what happens. There are a lot of skeptics that in the past have been to places like this. They were made into believers. You're looking at a place in the daytime, and I wanted to show you what it looks like, because I might be back here at night, and believe me, I can film in infrared. I do have the capability to do that, but I wanted you to get a glimpse of what it looks like in the daytime. I want you to get that look right there of this place. And you see how the cars go by? There's less than that at night. Less than that. Over here, this way, we were parked over here one night, and I was with someone that didn't exactly like to tell the truth about spirits. And eventually, this place started to make noise. This started to make noise. This whole area right here made noise. You could hear sounds coming out of nowhere. It wasn't the trees. It wasn't anything else. It sounded very violent and aggressive. So I picked up my bridge camera and I snapped 2 photos. In the second photo, you could see spirits coming out of that wall. That's why in Hawaii we say, "Aoli pilikia," when we go out. We don't want any problems with whoever is here. We don't. see spirits, especially those that are involved with tragedy, sometimes they are earthbound. Truly earthbound. And for reasons besides even what I said. But I wanted you to have an opportunity to see this place. And right down there was where those voices were coming from. If you look at my YouTube video, and you see in that video and you hear a voice coming out and then other voices and a whole bunch of them, they came from down that road. That is where they came from. To where I was sitting at over here. So again, this is Morgan's Corner. This is a place of mystery. This is a place of ghosts. Thank you for watching. I will be doing more videos in the future. I will even take you up that road and I will show you other places up there that are haunted, and then we will expand upon the map of this island to different locations that have spirits. Again, I thank you.